you fucking want to go.
And we are live Monday night. It's the PMS show, the Paul Murray show, and we have Mr. Paul Murray.
Hey. You know, last week's check was a little late, Paul.
What's that?
Last week's check was a little late, but you know.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, the bank, because of COVID.
Oh, you're running that COVID, Paul. Everybody's running that.
That's what I call the COVID scam.
Everybody's running that COVID thing.
Yeah.
Everybody running it.
Hey, Corey Manos here. Hello, Corey.
Everybody.
Corey Mano, what's good? How are you, sir?
Hey,
Oh, that wasn't it. I just got Paul's launch. There we go. Now I'm there. What's up, Corey Mano? I clicked that like number 3. Dave Innes, how are you, sir? What's
Hey,
good?
Dave.
Hope all is well with you, with Corey Mano. Ray Kelly, how are you, sir?
Yeah.
Herman, I'm really liking this phone here.
Oh,
It took me a while to get used to it, but it's I'm really liking it, dude. Not only did I find out that TikTok doesn't take anything in 1080p, but unless I change the settings, it's set to record video with the front camera or back camera in 4K at 30. So you know what I did? I raised it up to 4K at 60.
so you saying TikTok doesn't take the video?
TikTok does not take video over 1080p. I shot video with my phone and I was going to upload it to TikTok because it was a random thing.
So
And it was in 4K. It said that a message came up on TikTok. We do not take anything over 1080p.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When you've been taking the footage from your drone and put it on there, what footage is that? What's the resolution?
I have to reduce it down to 1080.
Where?
Huh?
Oh,
I reduce it down in when I make the snippet. When I render. What are you saying? I'm misunderstanding.
Same footage. You see the TikTok videos I have?
Yeah.
The same footage and put it straight. The same video that I put out for the snips is the same footage from the same 4K rendered down to 30 frames per second.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Accepted on TikTok.
2-3 batteries.
They may dumb down the resolution if like Facebook does, but they accept the same 4K footage.
I have to try. Well, maybe if I lowered back to 4K at 30, because I did take it up to 4K at 60.
And you're doing it from the computer?
Huh? No. If I usually upload it to Google Drive, and then I do it through my phone. For some reason, the PC version of TikTok sucks. You have to upload it with the music already from the PC. If you do it from the phone, you can upload it silent and pick their music or upload it with your music.
Yeah, that's just like
the phone is more active than the PC version of it. AZ Drone Dude, how are you, dude?
What's up, Dave?
How are you guys out there? Corey Mano said he flew 3 packs today, and he's about to go burn another one, I'm guessing.
Mia went out the back door and she shut the door behind her, and with her paws she can't turn the knob, so I had to let her back in.
She ought to watch that video of how that bear got into those people's car.
Oh, yeah. He just went click, click. But he used his nails. You could see his nail. He didn't use his paw. He used his nails under the handle, click, click. And it worked.
He wouldn't have been able to do that with the old days where it had a handle and a button. Remember those cars?
Yeah.
I do remember those. I do. You just gave me a blast from the past, dude. I remember those. For those of you who don't know, there was, back in the day, they had a car handle that your fingers fit into like this, and there was a little silver button on the side. And you had to press that button to open the door. And the fancy ones, Paul, if you remember, you pressed the button and the handle rolled out some.
Yeah.
JSK.
JSK, KK. What's good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's a blast from the past, Paul.
Blast from the past. Yep.
I think it was what was it? Ford Lincoln that came with the flip up latch with you. Because
Yeah.
the old Continentals came with that in later models.
All right. Feedback and get something to drink.
Yep.
It was
Yeah,
good.
there's so many things back in. Remember they used to have like MGs and things like that. Remember they had the convertible tops, and you opened up the little thing in the back, and then you folded that up, and then you folded the
You
top
had to
down in
fold
and
it manually.
back over.
Now you can press a button and look at it fold in the rear view. And there are some cars that can actually be in drive while you do it, but you can't be over a certain mile per hour.
Certain speed, yeah.
The
Yes.
convertible still has its kinks to work out.
Yeah.
It does. It does because hey, Desmond.
No, because they've been able to do hardtop. And that hardtop still takes up space.
Yep.
Gotta go somewhere.
And a hardtop sometimes leaks if a gasket gets loose.
Well, anytime you have a moving thing on the roof of your car, even a sunroof, there's issues with that. You know, you might as well just go straight hard top.
Well, I laugh. You guys may not remember this because I'm older, but when I was about 5 or 6 or 7 years old, my uncle, who was a dentist, bought one of those Ford big, I guess they called them the Galaxy back then, and they had, you know, the two-tone. They had the little baby blue stripe with the off-white car. He had the one that was the convertible. That was a convertible hardtop. You push a button, the top went up and it folded. The trunk came open and it came back and folded in and shut the trunk. He got downtown Port Huron where the streets are crested pretty good, you know, so they slope to the side. And maybe got halfway up and halfway down. He had to drive it all the way back to the Ford dealership that way.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
That's funny. Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. I need some zip ties.
Hello, David.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Lawrence. Hi, Herman.
How are you, David? How is it over there across the pond?
Wet, horrible.
We got about a day's worth of rain coming to you, just to let you know. In about 6 days.
Is it raining there today, David?
I was going to say, I think we had it today. Hi, Marcel.
Hey, Marcel.
Hey, Marcel Robert. How are you, senor?
Marcel, what's good, man?
You guys are diehards on YouTube, and we highly appreciate. We creators and professional streamers like Paul Murray highly appreciate it.
So professional streamers like Paul Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, like I always say, I thank them because if they weren't here, there'd be no need for me to be here.
Yep, we wouldn't be.
This is very true.
Although in a lot of people's case, in my case, you are my socialization because I don't go anywhere, do anything other than go down and fly.
You have to stop that.
I fly and come home. Fly and come home.
You have to get out. You have to get out and meet people and do things.
I come here and I came here and I met a lot of people, and I bring the information that I find to share with them. You know, that's why if you look when I do the live streams, you know, 90% of the news is about the commercial space, what's going on with the airspace, what companies do what. Most of it has nothing to do with a commercial drone, with a consumer drone.
Damn, I'm hot.
So what I like to try to do is make the stream as much as possible, show and see how we fit into what is actually happening.
Yeah.
Like if you notice, I've been beating the hell out of remote ID, because it's not too far.
It's real.
It's not too far away, and it's coming, and it'll be here. You know, I mentioned the other day about the drone racing league, which that is actually coming up this week. You know, guys, how they say, jump on it. That's actually coming up. You know, so I mean, I mentioned a lot of different things that has to do with the guys who fly hobby, and even 107 guys, start out as hobbies.
Right.
So you're still a hobbyist as well. So, or we're still hobbyists as well. So, that's why I try to, look at things from that angle. But there's a few things going on, and I don't think we'll be totally knocked out of the sky.
I don't think so either. You'll just have to comply to certain rules, and if you don't comply, you will be shot down.
Well,
no, I'm playing.
Honestly,
No, you won't. Don't believe that.
When I had said that the letter,
they'll be quoting me. Lawrence said they'll be good at shooting you down with a remote ID.
Well, honestly, that's not. I mean, it sounds crazy, but not far-fetched, because Homeland Security has and military has the right to shoot you out the sky.
Right. That's true.
So
for those of you, hey, Manamana, for those of you who don't know that, it is true. Military and Homeland Security can take bets on who can shoot your shit out the sky.
Officer Williams, no.
Yeah. Or neighbor Bob or Karen, no.
But Karen will just talk it out of the sky.
He said they'll just talk it out the sky. It's messed up.
He must have met that lady over by you.
Oh my God.
Damn. She killed the battery, David. She killed
if your drone wasn't in the air, if you took off the time it took her to freaking stop talking, you burnt the battery. And if you weren't leaving, you were ready to go. Plain and simple as that. Oh, X-Acto knife now.
Yeah, but I was saying that AUVSI had sent that letter to, the Department of Transportation, Ms. Child, the chairman there, and then to urge them to have, to push the FAA, to push forth, to go on ahead with the remote ID, and to lay out a set of rules to fly, instead of worrying about people or figuring out ways to deal with non-compliance.
Yeah.
Just give us a set of rules, and you follow. You don't, you're non-compliant. That's all.
Right. I agree.
This whole long dragged out nonsense that they did, you took all this information, feedback, you say you were considering it, but you had you had a pandemic that shut down the country pretty much, and you considered it, and it was talking about when the next time you opened your mouth, it was having a finalization. You're working on finalizing something, and you had over 50,000 comments, but to each his own.
Well, the thing of it is that the regulations were formed by a committee, and I've never seen a committee that can function totally independently without somebody putting their personal spins on everything.
Yeah.
Well, they had 101 Zoom meetings, and
but did they listen to them? That's the thing.
Well, you see, the Drone Advisory Committee, I watched a program there with the Drone Advisory Committee and the FAA, and they have little teams. They break up in the advisory committee in these little teams and groups, and they work on different things, and they guess they jibber jabber amongst themselves to work, to work on things, and they give their ideas and their views to the FAA, and the FAA from most part, from what I saw with them, because even the people on those committees were asking questions, because they were the ones who were asking the questions actually.
Right.
And pretty much the FAA says the same thing that they say to you and I. And you just gotta wait till December.
Wait and see what happens, right?
So I think pretty much a lot of what was said.
I'll
This anyway, but the language that was used in that letter, they were saying that, significant changes to what the FAA has so far somewhat laid out would, them to have another, an inquiry and more people submit, would they, they would cause them to have a supplementary NPRM, but
Right.
what
A UFO.
what would that roll out in January, February, or March now, or coming for the springtime? So it's kind of crazy,
Yeah, it really is.
It's
all we have to do
they're
is
rolling out during a time where the least amount of flying takes place.
right. You would figure that they would try to discuss this over the winter here, when, like you say, people fly less. They can volunteer and go attend these meetings more than they can in the summer. In the summer they're always someone's always out trying to fly somewhere.
right.
Yeah, the thing what I'm saying is you push to have this thing done December 31st
Right.
is your rollout for remote ID, flying over at night and over people. That's what you're rolling out December 31st. So what I'm saying is you rush to get that done for the new year, December, January, February, the colder months of the year, when the least amount of people are flying.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of ass backwards, but
last year,
look who we're dealing with.
Listening to Roger and talking with Roger, there were not that many days they can get out.
Right.
And I think that it might apply not to everyone, but to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Faced with that kind of
for people who don't have a full 2-month summer or 3-month summer and only get a month and a half to a month, if they're that lucky. Oh shit.
So we'll see.
Yeah, when it rolls out, I mean, it kind of like I chuckle about everybody speculates about what DJI is going to launch and bring out, and what kind of new drone, or is it going to be a camera, or is it going to be a gimbal, or is it going to be a handheld gimbal, or and every one of them are 100% sure that they're right.
This is true.
Did you read the chat, Lawrence?
No. I've been told mine would get shot out of the sky, but people don't really get it. It changed. If you zip tie a teddy bear to the bottom of your drone, people would love it and won't get in trouble for flying the teddy bear. You know what? That's so funny. That's real funny, because they've done tests that say drones that have colors, and I don't understand this because DJI is famous for their infamous white, right? White or whatever it is, but they sell skins for every drone, and the rating says people who have drones that have skins on them, people feel less violated or less they get upset less when they see a drone. that has a skin on it, as opposed to one that's either white or all black or whatever the case may be.
Well,
Pipe Mark, Phantom Hodges.
I will never put a skin on my drone.
I've done it. I've done it. It's
July.
I've been through that phase already. And it was basically because in NYC 5 borough, there are so many freaking drones. Like when we find 3DR Solo, everybody had a 3DR Solo. Everybody had one.
Well, no, they look nice. It's just that I don't do it for the same reason why, like, there's certain things you learn as you go on in life. I don't, you don't paint ladders.
Sure.
You never paint over a ladder because you won't be able to see the cracks.
Right.
The skin on your drone, you can't see stress fractures in it.
True. That's very, very true.
And believe it or not, you send that drone back to DJI, I bet you they can find stress fractures in it that you can't see.
Oh, please. I was thinking they'd run it under a spectrum analyzer the way they be finding shit.
I don't know what it is, but the one that, remember I told you I had to send one that first B2 back?
Yep.
They showed me where it was cracked.
All right, I better let that try.
I said, you see the receipt, right? They said, well, it
No,
could have
they
happened
don't.
in shipping.
Don't mean crap. You know that.
Huh?
The receipt don't mean crap sometimes.
Well,
All
no,
it means is
they said it
spent
could have
your
happened.
money. You spent your money, and they have to listen to you.
They
That's
said
all that
it
means.
could have happened in shipping. I was like, shit.
Shipping, is that what they said?
Yeah, it could have happened in shipping.
It could have happened in shipping. Yeah, sure. Okay.
I was like, but you put them in a styrofoam container and put them in a box.
And you dropped a styrofoam container out of a car. You dropped it straight to the ground, and the drone is supposed to still work. So
how did y'all ship them to the store?
yeah, for real.
Well, and besides that, the whole thing is, I didn't ship them. You did,
No, that's what they're saying. They took responsibility for it.
The Rick UFO.
They didn't complain.
Hey, Carpenter Rick, how you doing?
Because I asked them, how the hell does a brand new drone that I just took out the box have cracks in it? And they said, well, it could have happened when they shipped it.
What? When you were putting it in the box, maybe?
Well, I don't know what they did at the factory.
Yeah, who knows?
Shipping does involve going from the shelf inside the box.
Listen, you know how you got that one guy at the store?
Ludo Lou, how are you?
Because the guy said, oh, it was the last one.
What happened? Hey, Stevie, what's good, bro?
Somebody in the store could have been shifting it around, moving it around. Then it probably got put in that.
Or they have the mailed UPS man in the neighborhood that's from your neighborhood that likes putting packages onto the front yard.
No. Remember, I went to the store and got it.
Yeah, that's what you do.
So the guy, it probably already went through. If nobody buys this, I'm gonna put it over here just in case. If nobody buys it, I'm gonna see if I can take it home. It was probably in that pile for a little while until somebody inquired about it.
That's funny. Well, all I know is I've only ordered one drone through the mail, and that was my first Phantom 4. I did purchase the Phantom 4 standard through the mail, but after that, I need to be there to see that bird.
Well, what's nice is you live in a city that's big enough. You have DJI store there.
Yes, and
you
the
can walk
DJI
in,
store. In fact, we can go to Manhattan, and if they don't have it, they'll send us to their sister store in Jersey, which is across the water. Because that wasn't a long ride, Herman, right? When you had to go get your bird.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. I went to the store and got the drone. Then I took it out to fly the first time that day with me, you, and Ray.
Right, I remember. I remember that day. in
And
Brooklyn,
I
behind the Armory.
contacted DJI about it. DJI told me what to do. I did that.
Oh,
And
take it back.
it still had the same
Sorry.
issue. And when I sent it to them, they sent me back these pictures and told me what was wrong and what needed to be this, that. And I said, no, check this out. There's the receipt. That's a brand new drone. You know when it was purchased. You know it was activated. It was activated 2 days before you got the complaint.
Right.
Jackson.
And you got it from a distributor, DJI distributor.
Right. So you deal with it. And
Yeah.
they sent me another one. They told me send the controller and everything back.
So how was the turnaround time on that?
About a week.
Oh, that's pretty good. Would you think that in the state that we're in today, that would still time frame be?
No, I think hey, Jackson RC, I think they might transition Endro shots into more like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It would even go as far as 2.5 weeks.
I think it depends more so on DJI. Because UPS and them, they're moving. And I don't think it would change the ground shipment date so much.
And if it was, it shouldn't be by too much. At least that's what you would hope. So what's everybody doing in the chat there?
So what's good, Jackson?
Other than checking out the stream, eating dinner, what's up? Because Paul won't ask you.
I won't ask you what.
See?
But yeah, I know what Carpenter Rick's doing.
What are people in the chat doing? You know, they're eating dinner, or they
Well,
working?
they keep commenting on Novice Quad, but he doesn't answer. So I don't know.
Well, it's a lot of people just say hello. With besides the other thing about you strapping a teddy bear to your drone and flying it around.
And actually, that's what Lawrence is working on now. He's putting on a rodeo saddle on that drone. And he's going to have the
Yeah, Rick's still eating gummies. That would be my guess, Rick.
I wish. No, I actually this drone actually came together. Well, it came in pieces, but most of it was put together. I just had to put this crossfire receiver in here so I could have communication with our radio.
UFO has a bait shop.
Huh?
UFO is just taking a break from working on his bait shop.
Okay,
that's what's up. We appreciate you coming in, and everyone, don't forget to click that like button if you get into the habit. I myself am editing a video and encoding it now after 30 hours of editing. Damn.
It looks like Capture Life Connection.
3 minutes and 40 seconds. I could bet Lou is using Adobe Premiere. I could bet money on it because.
Hey, Big Matt.
What are you using, Ludio Lou? That you say 30 hours of editing to get 3 minutes and 40 seconds? That sounds like you're using Adobe Premiere. It definitely does. All right, I need to let this dry before I. Wait a minute. Wait. Don't have to. All right. Well, that's it. Now she's ready to be hooked up to Beta Flight. Yeah, she's good. She's ready for Beta Flight. The only thing is, this thing has a beeper on it, and I didn't know. The beeper is designed on the bottom here, right there, that little box right there with the red light on it. It's charging a battery. So what happens is, if I'm flying and I crash, and this battery gets ejected, that beeper's on, and after a certain amount of time, if the battery's charged and you don't find it, it should beep for about 3 to 4 days. So I had to find out how to shut. But
Yes.
here's something funny. I had to find out how to shut off the beeper because I plugged it in to make sure everything works. And everyone was saying there's a button on it. There's a button on it. Well, if you look here at the camera,
Stevie wants to know what the smoke is, Lawrence.
you see now it'll beep. Hold on. Watch.
He was thinking.
This thing will beep irritatingly. What's that?
That's an indication that Lawrence had a thought.
All right.
What, the beep?
Oh, the smoke.
One,
Stevie says he wants to know what all that smoke is over there.
What happened to the computer, Matt?
Hi, Blind Neil.
You know what it is? My computer. Oh, there it is. Once I touch the screen, it's better.
We got touchscreen now. Uh-oh.
Oh no, the autofocus. Sometimes you get too close to the camera.
Touchscreen.
And we have to wish
What's up, Blind Neil?
we have to wish everybody in Canada a very happy Thanksgiving. It's
Thanksgiving in Canada.
Canadian.
You guys in Canada, happy Thanksgiving this weekend.
Yeah.
Coming.
This weekend.
Yes.
No, it's today.
Oh, it's today. Oh,
Today.
okay.
Yeah.
Someone had said on last night on the live stream it was all right.
On the weekend. Yeah.
It was the weekend, but the official day is today. Their Thanksgiving is on our Columbus Day.
Okay.
So Herman, the recovery's going along as planned?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm getting
How do
there.
you keep from getting bored?
I got loads of stuff to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I know you said once before you had all kinds of archives of video that you haven't done. So
That was post operation. You know.
I had
John Coopy, what's good, bro? John Coopy, check
video that I could
Flywoo LR4.
just that
Want one?
some of it is just old footage. I would have to go through more stuff to find things that would appeal to people. But I mean, being here in the house all day, it's always something to do.
Yeah, I could believe that. I can honestly believe that.
I actually get a chance to watch a few of the guys that are in the chats, videos and stuff like that. And, a few things. I get some things.
Minimized. Oh, this up here.
Then I got a family life other than YouTube, and they actually like the fact
that you're around.
Oh yeah, I've heard the talk. Oh, they go and fly, then they come back, and then they're right on the computer, and then when they're not on the computer, they're back to the computer for live stream. And yeah, I've heard.
Oh, you've heard all of it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know the deal.
Lawrence, you don't get any of that, do you?
Shit. Dude, you really want to know?
No.
All right. I've been
How could
told
you-
multiple times I'm just on the computer too much, and I would tend to agree, considering I don't even go to you guys' streams during the week because I'm always doing something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much. You
Mark,
get it.
have you heard this one? Oh, I have heard this one. How is it that you can find every park in the city with the drone, but you can't even walk in the park with me? One time, I was sitting in the park.
Mhm.
Did you hear what you just asked me? You asked me to go sit in the park. We can sit in the house. I don't need to sit in the park. If I'm going to the park, I'm going to do something. Damn, should go somewhere.
Okay, Paul. So what are you doing now? Because he's got to be doing something.
Well, I'm over here trying to figure out before we went on at about 4:30. I had the back door cracked because Mia likes to go in and out when it's not too bad. Right now it's getting dark and really windy. All of a sudden I hear these, it sounds like military guns going off across the schoolyard.
Uh-huh.
And what happened is Lynn just sent me a link that says Port Huron Museum was live over there celebrating some kind of a Columbus Day, Veterans Day or something. And they had a crowd of people over there on the sidewalk. I could look across the schoolyard and see them. And they fired those 21 gun salute right at my house.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's not good.
But that's a block away. But boy, it was loud.
Oh, yeah,
you
block
go.
away can be loud depending on what it is.
Yep.
So who was it, Stevie, that flew past you?
Added update from Flywheel on OSD glitches below.
Hey, you can, hey, Herman, if you want to send Stevie a link, go ahead. I don't have his email. Maybe
I got you, Stevie. Give me a second. I have. Okay, we need to get rid of that.
Well, you're just gonna send it the same way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to here. You know what? I just got to go back to the Gmail and get that invitation and so I can send it to Stevie. There it is, Paul.
Hey, Tom, what's good, man?
What's good, Tom?
Hey
Go
there.
to Facebook. Here we go. So, David, what's good with you, man? You're a little quiet today.
Yeah. No more.
David, you were out cruising around Scotland this weekend, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We
There you go, Stevie.
A little bit further than normal,
Right
but
there.
we were
Go ahead, David.
a place called Cloddy Moss near Culbin Forest.
Okay.
We were geocaching because it was no good for flying.
Well, what's interesting about David's his vlogs and his videos are, it's hard for us to imagine the place is 600, 700, 800, 1,000 years old, and he's got them all over the place there.
Yeah. Sky, stop my drone. Hi. It's yeah. There's lots and lots of history. How far do you want to go back? History. It's an amazing place to live.
With some of those old castles, David, are the families still around that their ancestors built those castles? Or
Yeah, very much so. A lot of the castles closest to home are owned by the Grants or were built by the Grants, famous for whiskey. But the families are still about. Mostly the castles have been given up to organizations to look after them, but there's still a few which are actually inhabited. And of course, the famous castle, which everybody knows about, the Eilean Donan Castle, which is the one they show with the bridge to the island, and it's in everything uses it. And it was the one from Highlander, the film. That castle. That castle's actually less than 100 years old.
so they're still building castles up to 100 years ago.
It was some rich. I'm trying to remember where he was from. It was either Canada or America, and he came across, and he was, he was related to the family, and he thought if he built a castle, they would make him the laird. He built the castle, and they didn't make him the laird. It takes a bit more than that, and it's. I say it's less than 100 years old.
So the lord of the castle isn't automatic if you build a castle.
Not automatically. The laird is the head of the clan, the chief.
So if you build it right and they don't make you the head, Can you just throw everybody out of your castle and tell them
Well, yeah, it's your castle.
find your own castle?
But I think by 100 years ago, they were sort of past the castle thing.
Well, the land that was doled out by the kings of old, they used to give it out to their friends and.
Well, that's where it gets difficult, you see. And that's where the conflicts occurred around about, the 1600s, the Jacobite rebellions. Mm-hmm. And that because the kings didn't own the land they were doling out to their friends.
So they were giving away somebody else's property.
Yeah.
By decree, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that somewhere.
And they do that now for Walmart.
That's what I said. I've seen that somewhere.
And Amazon warehouses and all that kind of stuff.
Anything.
Yep.
Ball fields.
Yep.
Stadiums. It doesn't matter. Listen, your home, it doesn't matter. People live here. They're productive, work for a living. This is more better. This is better for the community. Not your home that you've made there for years. I often wonder how they slide that eminent domain shit.
Yep.
Like, wait a minute. We've been here for years. Oh, okay. So I don't care what you've been to the community. This is more important. A gigantic hot dog stand.
What do you want?
They pay people pretty good though to get out.
Oh, they do these days.
Back in the 1600s, it was like you take what you're carrying and get the hell out.
Oh well, here we got what's that, Dead Horse Bay, and when they were constructing a certain portion of Brooklyn, and people had to be relocated or moved. Half their shit is in the water right across from you, Lawrence, over there, and out there by where to the right of that would be where Floyd Bennett Field and the golf course.
Now.
Yeah,
that area.
Yeah.
Well, what's the area they call Mafia Bay, where they hide all the bodies?
Well, believe it or not, I live just blocked from Jamaica Bay, which is also Jamaica Bay Wildlife Preserve. Herman, where the Kmart was that they shut down?
Mm-hmm.
Behind that mall area, bodies used to wash up there on an average of like once a month, once every other month. And it was a known mobster dumping spot behind those stores. They used to call that Mobster Bay. Now, I don't know of any other ones in New York because I'm from Queens, but in Goodfellas, wait a minute, is that Goodfellas?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is Goodfellas. They have a scene of these guys. They're on it before they pull the Lufthansa job. Yeah. There's a scene where they're driving past this mall and they're smoking cigarettes, and he's telling them, "Don't worry about it. We got it." And you could see that exact mall right there. And they shot that scene there because mobsters were known to drop and or other people were known to get rid of bodies behind that mall. Because what happens is when the tide is high, you can put whatever you want back there as long as you put a rock to it. But when the tide went low, that's when you see the giant gelatinous shapes that fish have been eating on for weeks.
I don't think I'd be buying,
or they would call it a floater.
I wouldn't be using the meat market from there.
They used to have a supermarket in that mall.
Yeah.
I never shopped there. But I have worked in that mall there. But I don't know if that area is called Mobster Bay, but I do know coming up younger in the 70s and the late 70s going into the 80s, a lot of bodies were coming up back there. And the store owners were like, you mean to tell us nobody knows? Because see, during high tide, you can get back there with a boat. And everything that they found back there usually had rocks and or rock tied to it. That's all I can say.
If you look up Dead Horse Bay on Google Maps and then you go check out the video on it on YouTube,
Yeah.
you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna
that's
have to look at.
right across from you there, like
I that's it's
like
along the Bell Parkway, isn't it?
Reese Park to the right. From here, it would be to the left side of Floyd Bennett across Flatbush Ave.
Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
you pass the golf course and all of that.
Mm-hmm. This is strange. I need to put this down to here. That's crazy. I'm watching a video on how to set up this bird in
Good old Mr. Robert Moses, you know, with all the nice, wonderful things he's done for New York City in the 50s. Earlier, he's, threw those people into the water, all their stuff, their furniture and everything.
Auxiliary 2. Auxiliary 2 is a 3-way switch. I'm listening to you guys. I'm just trying to configure this thing at 1500. I'm actually following a video on YouTube. And on how to set up this bird. So
you're watching it now?
No.
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 I just turned on the electricity here.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is auxiliary 2. So those both are auxiliary 2. That's in that range. And this one goes all the way from here to there. It's setting up switch. I have to set up on an arming switch. So I know most people like to just hit the throttle. Mm-hmm. What happens is you make the mistake with your radio when you hit the throttle, you can cut your nails off or anything near it. So I like an arming switch. So when I hit it, I see the prop spin. And I'm 56 years old. I can't afford to hit the throttle and lose a thumb.
Yeah. That doesn't happen, man.
Hey, Roger.
Roger.
What? Thumbs, Jackson? He's enthralled by the video telling him how to arm his quad. Either that or it's how to strap a teddy bear to it.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
That's the video you're looking at, Lawrence? How to strap a teddy bear to
it? No, man.
There's a couple of ways you can do it. You want the payload to be removable?
What's that?
Do you want the payload to be removable?
This drone here?
No, when you put the teddy bear.
When you put the teddy bear on there, he says.
No, the TV was just a little loud. No, can you repeat that?
It's about 10 years now, lens capture.
Thanks.
Yeah, Lodge, you could use Velcro.
A what? GoPro?
Velcro.
Oh, Velcro. To attach the teddy bear?
Yeah,
you use the super Velcro like they have for the GoPro cameras. This stuff.
Velcro to the back of the teddy bear.
For GoPro camera, forget about it. It's not coming off. unless you want to peel the paint.
You stitch the Velcro to the back of the teddy bear. The other side you can use the sticky part or glue it on.
There's,
That way, when you land, you can pop off the teddy bear and put another teddy bear on and keep on going.
Or Herman puts one teddy bear on his drone. You
No.
put one on yours. You could have teddy bear races.
Well, you know what? You can actually do that on FPV. I've
Hey,
seen someone
Roger.
take Superman and put him in the front of the camera like this, so it looks like he's flying as the FPV guy goes through the sky.
It was trimmed about 6 months ago, lens capture. Hi, Roger.
Hi.
What's up, Roger?
What's up, Roger?
Not bad. Just finished supper.
Dave wanted to know how the ribs were.
Didn't cook them tonight. Gonna cook them tomorrow night.
Oh.
Change your menu tonight. Yeah.
Everybody was sitting here, Roger, thinking you were just up to your elbows in the ribs.
No, it's gonna be tomorrow night.
GPS rescue on this.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Jack, how you doing? Dave, lens capture, Jackson RC. Thank you for wishing me a Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. JSK, Big Matt. Everybody in the chat, welcome.
Jack Sparky.
Jack Sparky, Skies took my drone. Hi, everybody. Captured Life Connection, Stevie, John Coopy, and all the rest. Hi. Lynn's not in the chat tonight.
She's hanging around somewhere. Don't know where, but
Hanging around somewhere.
I think.
How's it going there, Novice and Phantom?
Hey, what's up?
Hanging in there, can't complain.
I'm good. I'm trying to program something, and I'm trying to program this bird in beta flight, and it's telling me to do something that I do not see in my version of beta flight. So now I'm checking to see what version he has in comparison to what I do. And he has version 10.7.0, and I have 10.6. So someone needs to update.
Okay.
Like I do.
Hey, AZ Drone dude, how you doing?
Hi,
Yeah,
AZ
that's the subject I don't know nothing about really. Sorry about that.
JSK wants to know if you ate lasagna tonight.
No, I had pork chops.
I had lasagna. I had lasagna for dinner last night. I had lasagna for lunch today. I finished it all.
Okay. No, we had pork chops, coleslaw salad, and what do you call that there? Potatoes. Oh God.
Home fries or what?
You know those potatoes are in the like mayonnaise and all that. They're potato salad.
Potato salad.
Yeah.
Sounds awfully healthy.
AZ Drone dude. Well, I only eat a little bit of that, but Kim loves that, so I eat the coleslaw. So how you doing there, Herman, for your leg there, your foot?
It's doing good. I'm getting there. I'm moving. The other day, I was actually spent the first 15 minutes of the stream with my foot down.
Oh yeah, cool. Oh, it's getting better. At least getting better.
Yeah, right now I don't have the boot on.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, we still got a lot of
wiggle his
lasagna.
toes.
Yeah, you can wiggle your toes good.
Yeah, I've always been able to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with him.
I'll be right back. Mia wants to go out again.
Okay.
And it's getting ready to rain, so I just soon she'd do it without going in the rain.
Yeah, I told her this in and out thing is not going to work.
Yeah, right. Tell her to get a key.
Either you go, you get in.
Beeper. And, she pressed the beeper and the door opens.
How's the weather down there, guys, in New York?
Rainy all day today. It's going to stop tomorrow morning about 8 a.m.
There was some nice wind out there last night.
Yeah, It's always beautiful before the storm. Unfortunately.
Going crazy last night.
I'm
here-
sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. So hello to everyone that has said hello to me, and I have not acknowledged you. Do not take it personally. I have like 4 windows open. I'm trying to do this beta flight thing with the drone. Just found out I have to update, and
Not working.
my beer is warm.
Uh-oh.
Stop the stream.
Yeah. Get that man a beer.
Hey, Carpenter Rick. AZ John, dude, nice to see you. Big Matt says he's adding some stuff to my Xbox Series X pre-recorder.
Okay. Don't forget to download that simulator.
Yes, for Xbox. Drone Racing League. You guys that are in FPV and like racing through gates, Drone Racing League simulator is prepping you to become a real Drone Racing League pilot. Win a few contests and tournaments, and we can invite you out to come fly the real birds. I saw Val was on last night for the first time in a while, but I had already shut the computer down when I got the alert. What's happening with you, Roger?
What's happening with me? Well, I was going to go flying today, but it was so damn windy all day and only 30 degrees Fahrenheit most of the day. No, didn't go flying. Now I decided to get on here, and now that the sun is out and the wind is calm. Oh, go figure.
Tom, I think Paul was a Phil Collins fan.
Would say, Herman?
No, he mentioned something about the title of the stream. So I said I think Paul was a Phil Collins fan.
Ah.
See, Tom got it.
Oh, okay. She's still out. I'll leave her out.
Okay.
She's got to go. She's got to go.
No, she's laying in the middle of the backyard looking for something to move in the yard.
Ah.
She's in her hunting pose.
No, you just have to hope she doesn't come in with something black and white in her jaws.
Yeah. That is very true. Very true.
Yeah, so nothing really new at this end here.
She's looking around, checking it out.
Lord of her domain.
Yep. Oh, Jack Sparky says UAV forecast said it was good to fly.
Huh? Go on up there.
I like it, but I don't rely on it.
It's okay. I mean, it's I don't use it for much of anything. It's not one of I really don't think that many of the apps are actually that great at what they're for anyway.
Well, they're just another indicator, you know?
Yeah, you know what though, Paul? And you know this from taking your 107 test. If anything goes wrong, all else fails, FAA asks you a question, there is not one app that you can say to them, well, the app said.
Yep. Yep. There's no forget.
Oh, okay.
You're muted, Paul.
No, his thing just went off. Yeah, Jack Sparky, you gotta watch out for those winds. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Big Matt. Yeah. And I wish you all a happy Columbus Day to all you guys.
But yeah, as far as the wind is concerned and UAV forecast, I think a lot of times it's exaggerated.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I noticed a couple of times, not this weekend because I just knew I couldn't fly. It hasn't even got my location right.
Even when you hit the thing on the corner,
it's been off. It's been off. It's been saying. I mean, one time when the weekend I'm talking about, it had me down in a place called Leighton Buzzard, which is about 500 miles south of here. You know, and so if it's unsure of where you are, what can it do about the weather? So yes, I have it. I fire it up and have a look at it, but at the end of the day, I'm the guy who's going to fly. I'm the guy who's going to take it off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make the decision. Doesn't matter what an app says. Android lens capture.
Oh, Paul, did you get a flying done today? I guess
Yeah,
not.
I got it shipped in. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't think you got one because you're not editing.
No.
You're usually there on the side editing while everybody's talking. That's why I didn't get one today.
It's already published, Roger.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. You're lucky.
But,
I don't know what
I when it comes to apps, I mean, I've got them all there, but the one that I listen to is Drone Assist, which is our one with the.
Hey,
no,
John.
it's not that. Drone Assist is the one which is produced by or for our Civil Aviation Authority, and it does everything it needs to do. It tells me where all the restricted areas are. It gives me NOTAMs, etc., etc.
Okay.
And that's the one I tend to use, and it's got a bit of weather in there. And other than that, I make my decisions. I do have all the other ones. Was it AirMap, Dronecast, UAV forecast, that kind of thing? They're there. They're tools. They'll get used.
Which one do you like to use? I didn't catch the name of it at the beginning there.
Oh, wow. You're muffled, John.
Awfully, yeah, I couldn't hear what you were saying properly, John.
I think you were talking in your cup.
You were in your cups. Try again.
It's probably the AirPods, honestly.
Yeah, there you go.
That's better. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
I was going to ask, what was the name of that app? Because I caught all the ones that you don't use, but I didn't catch the one you used.
It's no good to you, John, because it's only works in the United Kingdom. It's called
okay.
John Coopy, here's the question for you. I just upgraded to Beta Flight. I just upgraded my Beta Flight because I found out I had the wrong version. But in the modes tab, I cannot find GPS rescue. Is there some place else will I have to turn it on?
What version are you running now? You running the latest one now?
Yeah, I just upgraded to the latest one, 4.2.0.
So if you go to the configuration tab and you scroll down, I do believe that there's a tick box to
That says
enable
GPS rescue.
Is
Okay.
it on or off?
GPS status is off. That should be on, right?
I mean, I guess I what I'm saying is I think in the configuration, the GPS stuff has to be ticked to on for it to be seen as a mode.
Okay, because that was the only thing that I see here that's related to GPS. I'm actually, hold on, I'll show you right now real quick. Can you share, Paul?
Yeah, it'd be easier because I don't have Betaflight right in front
so
of
I
me.
can explain to him. GPS for navigation and telemetry. Duh.
There
Here,
you
I'm
go.
gonna show you.
Hey, you know what?
I just found something right here. Hold on. Why is that showing?
Yeah,
Okay.
that right there.
Right here. This is it here.
That's what I was talking about.
I
Yeah.
needed to turn that on. Okay.
Right. That's why it wasn't appearing as a mode. Hey, you know what? Betaflight is not the most intuitive program in the world. The settings are all over the place. It's,
Yeah.
like
see
that was
that.
just sort of off to the side there.
Now
When you're
I'm
trying to
gonna
look for
go into
something, it can be
modes.
really overwhelming.
In modes. I'm in modes and maybe I have to leave, save, and quit. I don't see it there, but I'm gonna disconnect and go back in. It's always freaking something, man, with freaking.
Personally, I've never messed with GPS rescue before. I've seen
Well,
it work
this comes pre-configured. I just have to remember to turn it on.
Oh,
And I don't see
okay.
nothing in here that says GPS. All right. See, I have to show you because you're not.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul.
Let me see.
All right, here we go.
That's all right.
I have arm, angle, horizon. Okay, then you go down, you have the beeper,
Okay.
which is on aux 1. It should not be on auxiliary 1. Beeper should be
Well,
on auxiliary 4. Okay.
go ahead and change
Glad I
that. That's
caught that. But I low LED, OSD disabled, telemetry, black box, FPV angle mix, black box, camera control 1, 2, and 3. Flip over after crash, I have on. Pre-arm, there's nothing here that says GPS.
Scroll up, and there's a little checkbox that says hide unused modes right above the arm thing. I want to see if it appears after you do that. Okay, scroll down.
No.
It turns it on to hide it. Okay, never mind. Okay, so then that's really strange. I don't understand why the mode is not there. I've never seen that before.
Because I'm trying to do it. That's why.
Yeah, I feel like I've always seen GPS rescue there. Don't know why, or maybe there was a change. See, this is the other problem, is that Betaflight just changes from version to version. And unless you stay on top of literally everything,
VTX
you don't
is
know.
not configured. You know what this is? This is the Flywoo.
Is it the Flywoo?
LR4.
So that should have already been
It should have been, but of course you know better than that.
Well, you said you updated.
All I had to do was put the receiver in, the TBS receiver. It's supposed to come plug and play.
But you updated Betaflight. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
4.2.
I don't personally. I would have just left it alone. I would have just left it alone because.
But I can't. The guy. I have a video here. The guy has 4.2.
Okay.
And for his version of 4.2, he has GPS rescue on auxiliary 4. Beepers on auxiliary 3. Okay.
Okay.
Beepers on auxiliary 3. But I have a lot of stuff that he does not have. And air mode he has on. I don't turn all of that crap on. Auxiliary 3. Flip over after crash. I don't have turtle mode on highlighted, but he has that on too. I'm gonna have to watch the video with sound. Maybe he's saying something that I'm missing.
When you updated the Betaflight, what did it come with? It came with what? 4.1?
4.2.0.
it came. What? That's what it came with.
Yeah. No. When I updated, it was 4. Fuck was it? It was 4.1, 4.0. One of
That's
those.
what I was asking.
Yeah. I know I needed to upgrade it, but I was told not to until they fixed it. So now that all the bugs are out, supposedly it's fixed, but obviously not for me.
Hey, John, can you tilt your camera up just a smidge? The top,
Yeah.
the top of the frame's going right across the bridge of your nose.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it didn't look like that for me
Yeah,
on my
so
end.
later, Jack Sparky. All I can say is I know someone who has the bird himself, and he did hook it up to Crossfire. So he gave me the video to follow, and I'm like, well, you apparently know something I don't, because the receiver's in, she's bound, everything's ready to go. I put the Crossfire antenna on the bottom here, so it can be in the middle. So no matter how I turn, at some way, shape, or point, I should have access to an antenna. And that's it.
Back in a tech.
I'm wondering if maybe in the ports page, maybe the GPS is not set there. I think it has to be set on the ports tab. That's what I would look for next. But
Huh. Interesting. You know what? I didn't think about looking there at all. But I'm willing to
because
try
if you
anything.
because well when you upgraded it, did you just straight up do the upgrade and not do any copy over any like configuration per
No,
se?
I didn't have to do no. I didn't have to copy nothing.
Okay, so this is literally just a fresh Betaflight 4.2 flashed from the thing with no settings applied.
I'm going to ports now. Okay. See something's screwed up here, because it's not the way I had it. The ports are completely different now. He said turn on soft serial. UART2 is set up for GPS. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where was it? Yeah, UART2 was set up for GPS.
So basically, what it's all stock, it's all default 4.2 the way it's set up. It doesn't look. See, this
didn't
is
copy,
this.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the huge problem with changing from Betaflight changing from any version of Betaflight. You gotta be meticulous about what the settings were, unless you do a dump before you upgrade, and even then, the guy should have said in the video to do a freaking
I'm not even gonna
configuration
mess
dump.
with it. I'm just gonna look at the video afterwards.
Inactivity alarm.
Oh,
Because something's right. Because I've updated and I'm thinking more so, I may have to shut down the computer and restart it to clear the memory from the old Betaflight and all of that stupid shit too. So I'm just gonna unplug it and leave her like that. To hell with you.
you know what you should do? You should see if you can get that person to just give you their Betaflight configuration file.
He works for Homeland Security too. So along with the guy that introduced me to him. So I have to, they work overnight. So I'll probably tomorrow, I'm going to hit him up via text. He said he'll text me during lunch. I don't know what time lunch is for him, but I'll probably be drunk and asleep.
But yeah, that would be easiest. Just have him send you the dump of his configuration and put it right onto yours.
And
That way
copy
you know
it
you
into
have
the
something.
CLI, right? And
Just
be
paste it
done
all,
with
exactly.
and
He can,
be done with it.
yeah, he can if he already did the upgrade and did all the work to make sure it was working right,
We have
then just go with
the
what he
same
has.
exact model. They have a DJI version, and then they have this version here.
Right, the analog
Now,
one.
you could put FR Sky or whatever. Now, what happens is when you order it, they actually want TBS. I had to solder the receiver and put the receiver in and all of that, which is simple stuff. That's
Right.
child's play. But once I hook it up to Betaflight, then I start going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs after a while.
I'm really interested how you're gonna get on with that flywheel because I was thinking of picking one of those up too, and I was thinking of just getting the analog one because
Pyro Drones has them. Get it.
Hey, Rojo.
yeah, I
This
mean
guy
I was
called
thinking of
me.
getting
I
that one
went-
because the analog version is so cheap that you know what, if it gets lost or something happens, then it is what it is. You know,
Right, but the guy that I know that has one, he has the analog version. I have the HD version. And I left them. Justin drove me home, which was a 20-minute ride. He was just taking off then. With the Lion batteries, you get 30 minutes flight time out of this.
Yep.
30 minutes.
Yep,
There's
that's
no
what I've
other
heard.
FPV bird out there getting 30 minutes flight time.
No, look,
That I know.
it's a different experience though. I mean that's the other thing. It's a different experience.
It is, but I mean, come on, 30 minutes with a regular LiPo, with a regular LiPo, you get 10 minutes, 12 minutes
Right.
with a regular LiPo.
Right, but you won't be doing
That's even a lot.
any crazy acrobatic moves though with that. It's just a cruiser pretty much. You're
Yeah,
not.
I know.
That's the difference. But I want one because you know, I saw the video that Barwell did on one of them, and he was
Check
just
this
like,
out. This is how I'm gonna fly it. Just like this. The GoPro will add a little bit of weight to it, make it a little more solid, you know. Right?
Hmm?
It has some weight to it, but it's less than half a pound. And that bothers me. But this thing gets up to speeds of about 60 miles an hour.
and it's the two blades, right?
Yes. Yep.
Two bladed props,
Yep. But like you said, it's a cruiser, and
which is great.
I'm looking to find someone with a used opened up Hero 7, because that's what they put on these specifically. They're the
Oh,
open
you mean like
Hero 7s.
that decased GoPro kind of setup?
Yeah. So
Very cool, man.
anyway, I guess
Now
that's
now I'm conflicted because my analog receiver is kind of old. On my Fat Sharks, I'm using the LaForge V2. That's super far out of date. Works great for what I need it for, but like, you know, if I know that the range of the DJI stuff is really, really far. I know, I mean, I've already put these birds out pretty decently far and they've been fine. Whereas with analog, I just don't know if it's worth it for me to do that. Would I like? It might be the difference between getting the bird back and not.
If you're gonna get it and you have the DJI goggles, you might as well get the DJI system, plain and simple.
But then that's $100. Then that's like $300 loss.
You gotta pay to be you gotta pay
to
to
play.
be the big boy. You gotta pay to be the big boy. You know that. You know that. Don't go, oh, it's $100 extra. You knew what you was getting into.
It's $150. It's $150. Hey,
I
own both. I own both. I can make the choice of how cheap I want it to be. No, it's just
Hero 7, Paul. We must talk business. I need a Hero 7 that I could strip down. Oh, he got the 9.
Wow.
Paul, you're muted, Herman. Paul couldn't help
Paul
himself.
got the Hero 9.
With a Hero 9.
Nice.
You should have a giveaway.
I agree.
You should have a damn giveaway for that Hero 9.
I agree.
All right. Yes.
Hello, all. How's everybody?
You should have a giveaway, and I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Hey,
And I'm using
life.
the
Steve,
Mind
how you
Trick
doing?
on you.
I'm good.
What's
I'm
up,
good.
Stevie?
Happy Thanksgiving to all my
Yes.
Canadians.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Yeah.
happy Thanksgiving to all the Canadians out there.
And happy
And
Columbus
the
Day
ones
to you
that
guys.
just crossed the border so they could celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There you go, John. Marcel's got a suggestion for you.
Paul's freaking
John
out.
Coopy, just strap a Mavic Mini to your 7-inch FPV drone, and you can have both worlds.
Ah,
Don't even have to worry about the DJI GPS. Hey, Robert, what's good, man? How are you? I haven't seen you in a minute.
I'm just saying, it's a much greater
That's
loss
what
to
I
lose
wanna
any
do, Robert. I
DJI
wanna go
bird
with
than
the
an
naked
analog
GoPro,
bird.
but I have to find a used GoPro. I'm not opening my 7. Mine here. I'm not opening this one. I just got this one a few months back. Now, if there was a way that I could open this Hero 5 up, because look at the screen.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's the
Yeah,
FPV
yeah,
life right there.
She's taken. Now, if I can open this up right here and use it in place, because the same mount that holds this GoPro holds the Hero 5. So I'm figuring if the naked GoPro stripped down without the body and everything is the 7, I should be able to use the 5, right? Hypothetically.
I mean, hypothetically, yeah, but I don't know what that. You're
Well,
talking
see,
the main people that make that board is the beta FPV people. Now, I don't
Yeah.
know for sure if that thing works with the 5. I mean, that would be
See.
something to ask them.
See.
Oh.
Now we're getting all technical and my head's starting to hurt.
See,
I'm playing. What's up,
Ro-
Steve?
Ro-
How are you?
Rojo Joner says,
What's going on,
Paul
bro?
Murray said he was going to start a vintage
He was
food
going to
blog.
start a vintage food vlog.
Yeah, and I'm a witness to that. Yeah.
We
No,
all
I never said that.
Great
live,
fish sticks.
Roger's been paying me back for the last 2 days. Oh, lucky.
Hi.
John Coopy, you have a visitor. John Coopy, you have a visitor. Please come to the front desk. Now is the time when you see John Coopy go flying across the camera.
Drone Shots, how you doing?
Hey,
Hello.
drone shots.
Hi.
See
Hey,
you.
Rojo.
Please don't beat up John Coopy. We need him.
Uh-oh.
Did I see a shoe fly by? Yo, what's good, Stevie?
I'm
How
good.
are
I'm
you,
good.
man?
How are you? I saw you were very busy in the beginning of the stream. You building something?
No, I was actually putting a receiver, a TBS, a crossfire receiver on this 4-inch. Everyone that I fly with is like, oh, you don't have a 3-inch, you don't have a 3-inch. Well, I do. I have one here, but it's not crossfire yet.
Right.
That was an excuse to get this one.
They weren't measuring the ones on the wall. Nobody checked the one on the wall with a measuring tape.
Listen, they don't. I can they wouldn't even notice. I can add it.
You got quite a collection over
But this is a long range. You know the cruising that I do with my 5-inch, my 7-inch, like we were on the beach.
Yeah.
Well, this one can do the same thing. Except 30-minute battery life.
Nice. That's the one. Oh yeah. You got the batteries popping now.
Yeah.
That's a big difference, man.
Yeah, man. From freaking 3 to 5 minutes to a half hour. I don't know what to do with myself.
How's the batteries as far as, because every time you charge your battery you lose a little bit, that's part of the game.
Yeah, of course.
How long will those batteries hold up?
I don't know. It's new tech.
It's all new, right? So you could do a review on that, because I know the DJIs they don't even match what they put in the description when you get them brand new, and then after a good 6 months of recharging, and if you're using them a lot, that number decreases. It's just part of course. Part of the lifestyle.
I think come with a 450 charge battery life.
Yeah.
Supposedly before they start degrading. I feel or believe that because I know people that haven't flown their batteries 400 times and their batteries are swelling and everything else. So
the guy that I fly with early mornings, he's having issues keeping the remote itself going. Like he has tons of batteries, but then he has to still stop because he has to charge the remote. He's probably getting about 75-80% out of that battery at this point, since it's the Mavic 2 Pro.
Will give me 30 minutes flight time. So this is 1 hour.
That's
all
sick.
right. You want to know how many batteries we had to fly when you were out here visiting me for me to fly for an hour?
Yeah.
I go through, my average battery life is, even on a windy day, anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes, because I don't do a lot of acrobats. I do cruising. Okay,
Yeah.
so to hit an hour at 5 minutes of battery.
That's why when we got to the first spot, you were like, oh, bring your drone out, man. Start getting busy. I was like, listen, I got more than enough time because you got those little you got a 5 minute run.
You're right. You're right.
I could take off my backpack slow, open the
right. He was
gate.
like-
Your battery would be dead by the
It was
time
like by
I
the
take the
time
drone out.
By the time I get up in the air, you done burnt 3 batteries.
Yeah.
Hey, Stevie, by the time he figures in the time it takes him to turn it on, take off, get to the altitude he wants to be, then fly, then come back, and then land. So now you're only talking about 70% of the battery.
Yeah, I'm still up in the air.
Yeah.
I still got 25 minutes to go.
Now I can hang with you. Now
Yeah.
I got an hour right here, just alone right here.
So I'm gonna
So,
have to get that
good.
bird out quicker.
What happened?
I'm gonna have to get that bird out quicker.
Yeah, but the only problem is now, because of the size of this, it'll probably look more appetizing to hawks.
Mm. Yeah, but
so
just go. Those things move though,
yeah,
right?
this thing hits 60 miles an hour, dude.
Yeah.
This little thing hits 60.
So you just go
But
go
hawks-
up,
but
go up
hawks
and
hit-
fast.
Hawks hit 100.
Yeah,
easy.
they do 100 miles an hour, a hawk.
Go
They
up,
hit
up
100 easy
fast.
in a dive.
Go up
If
fast.
you
That's
go
all.
up on him and he tries to go up, he'd probably break his neck from the
Yeah, yeah.
G-forces.
What you do is do a power loop and end up behind him. He'll be impressed.
It'd be like, let me leave
In
this
other
guy
words, you start chasing him.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get those eyes like that guy Ken has on all his birds. You got the eyeballs. Get the ones that bounce around
Just
too,
the
so they can
googly
think you a
ones that
crazy
swing like
bird.
this, right?
Look at the crazy bird. Look at the crazy bird. You got to get the googly eyes.
Yeah,
Bounce around. The
googly
pupils
eyes,
bounce
that's
around.
true.
Yo, you see that hawk? That hawk will be gone. He'll move out after that. You do a power loop on him with the googly eyes moving around.
You'd be like, you see his eyes? That bird was crazy, man.
That's a crazy bird making all that noise.
What time is it?
That'd be hilarious.
I'm going to head on out.
Okay.
It's
Hey, David, thanks for coming in. I know that it's you got 5 hours, so it's 11:26 p.m.
Yeah,
there.
I know. That's why I was
Wow.
just looking to see what time it was.
Hey,
I'll start
David,
that.
thanks for
Hi,
coming in,
Good
my
seeing you,
friend.
David.
Have a good one, Dave.
David, we'll see you in the morning, huh?
Later,
See you
David.
tomorrow. Good night.
Later,
Night.
David.
Hey, Ron, how you doing? N9XY.
Ron, what's up?
Yeah. Ron.
Hey, Ron. Yeah, so that'll be cool. We just got to line up the days, man, so we could take another hit at the beach.
Listen, you can come out anytime you want. You know that.
We got to do early morning, man,
Early
so
morning.
I can get back.
Listen,
I can get back on the
it's funny
grind.
you say early morning because there's a spot out here I want to hit early.
Oh yeah.
When I say early, they say I wake up the roosters. Well, I'm waking up the rooster the day before. That's how early I want to wake him up.
Yeah, nah, I'm good for early, man.
We will talk. We will,
Yeah.
Stevie. We will talk on Facebook.
All
Tomorrow I will hit you up because I need to be at the spot early, and you could make that happen because you're an early bird.
Yeah. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning if I have to get the
4
shot.
o'clock. Ha! I laugh at
You don't sleep. That's what it is.
No,
Hey,
I
Steve.
do. I do.
Stevie,
No. You're on the games, and
No.
you just go the game when the Xbox is still hot. When you're walking out the door with your backpack on.
hey, Stevie, don't listen to that malarkey. When I 3 o'clock a.m. show, he complains, oh, I just go back to bed. I'm not doing 3 o'clock in the morning. No way.
At
You
3
know,
o'clock in the morning, that's the second or third leak I've taken for the night. And I'm like, it's okay if my phone is facing down because when it lights up, I won't see it. But when I forget to face it down and I see an alert at 3 a.m., it's that damn Paul. But I usually get Stevie, I usually start waking about 3 o'clock and I'm usually out of the bed 3:15, 3:30.
We were still on, Lawrence.
Listen.
we don't do 4 o'clock in the morning anymore because it's getting, the sunrise is a little later now. It's like around 7.
Yeah.
But in the summertime, we were getting up
Yeah.
like 3:45, 4.
Yeah.
You know,
because
just
wanna
to be
at a
there.
spot At
You want to be there.
sunrise.
Yeah, when we
Before
get there, it's
sunrise, 'cause
dark.
You want to be in the air.
Yeah, when we get there, it's dark, and we just chit-chatting, figuring out the shot, and the sun's not even out yet. So, but now it's getting easier because we don't have to wake up so early. But the only problem is more people are out. You know, and the purpose of going super early is to avoid the people.
But see, now that the temperature's changing, those people have pulled out their blankets and they're like, oh, the heat kicked in. Let me sleep a little longer. So that's when you can get out there early
But
enough.
you still even the going out at 5 o'clock in the morning, putting those birds up, you always get the joggers and stuff, but nothing like now.
Joggers don't sleep. They're the ones that
Yeah.
don't sleep.
Yeah, it's
Freaking
usually drone
joggers.
pilots and joggers out here in New York.
Yeah, I
But
remember I got Herman and those guys up to fly on my birthday one year. It's like 2-3 years ago. And dude, it was so cold. When I say it was so cold, your hands in your pockets were cold with hand warmers. And we flew. Xavier was there. It was my birthday, December 9th, and it was on a Saturday. It was me, Herman, Justin, Ben, and a few other people. Yeah, she's still out there chilling.
Still hanging.
Uh-huh. And we were at Queensbridge. But dude, Queensbridge, it was so cold. I was surprised the drones even took off. But we had battery warmers and we had hand warmers without batteries to keep them warm and stuff like that. And then stuffed the battery in my pants.
It's good on the drone.
Body temperature.
It's bad on the bat. I said it's good on the drone, but it's bad on the battery. Because if you notice, these drones run hot. But the batteries, it kills the batteries. But the drones, it keeps them cool. So it's kind of, but it doesn't balance out. You get less power out of the batteries.
You could spit on the ground and 30 seconds later it was frozen.
Well, I was flying.
One of those colds.
I was flying in February, right before the whole pandemic turned the city upside down. And I had one of those mornings. We had an early morning sunrise flight. We were in Williamsburg, right by one of those waterfront parks.
Yeah.
I was like a chihuahua. I was trying to do the shot. I think most of my shots came out glitchy because I was shaking, trying to pull, maneuver the sticks. It was so cold, ice cold. and that day, that was when the cops came by.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of the cops ended up saying that he was going to go to Best Buy to pick up a drone that day when he was off his shift.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a really cool conversation we had over there. But yeah, that was, man, terrible, man. I even had the gloves you could take the fingers out, and my little fingertips were frozen. I would have to put them back in there and use my thumbs to bring the drone back. It was rough. It's not easy to get the exact shot in those temperatures, man. Sometimes it's a waste to even bother, It's like 50% of your shots go in the freaking recycle bin, man. Because
you're right though.
You can't be smooth with it. I mean, it depends what you're trying to pull off, But for me,
what's good to fly in the winter is you cut that GPS off and you just let the wind carry her. You get such butter smooth footage, man. And then when you get to your destination, you cut the GPS on and she locks and you can fly.
That sounds a little nervous for me.
What happened, Fred? What happened, Erwin?
That sounds a little nervous for me. Watch my drone just drift with the wind in New York City.
Some of the best cinematic drone pilots say, depending on the direction of the wind, you cut the wind off.
The GPS.
Uh-oh.
I let them do it. Let them lose their drones. I wouldn't lose mine for that.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'll wait for spring. I'll wait for spring.
There's no wind in the spring.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm laughing, because Lawrence is right. In Addy mode, you get the best footage in Addy mode.
Yeah, because GPS, if you notice, and you're a Phantom flyer, you've noticed a Phantom can make a certain curve, but you have to do it really slow and really precise. And what I mean by a curve is looking at a subject and doing like almost like a manual orbit around it. But with the
Yeah.
GPS on, it kind of tugs at the bird to
'Cause
try
it's
and keep it in that
it's
precise
keeping it.
spot.
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
because the GPS lock is why you see jerkiness in footage. If you put it in Addy mode, there's no jerkiness in the footage.
Mm.
GPS mode is why your drone doesn't go straight. GPS mode is why you have flyaways.
Well, GPS. I must be fighting that GPS because I went out to try that Addy mode.
Yeah, you've literally fight the GPS. A lot of people don't realize it, but in
And
Addy
it's not
mode,
going to just drop out
cruising,
of
the
the sky
bird is so much.
No, I know that. I know that.
And I just started doing it recently, so
Oh, yeah?
you have a lot more fun. What the hell is all of this? Home direction, home distance, GPS speed, satellites, longitude, latitude.
Is that
Flip
Paul
over after
screaming or John?
crash. Huh?
Was that Paul screaming or John? Oh.
Paul.
Oh no, check it out. I'm setting up my on-screen display. And what it's doing is I have this arrow here for direction for home. This is longitude and latitude. And how many satellites, distance from home, distance total flown. This one is GPS speed, which I don't need, so I'm getting rid of that one. But these are certain statistics that you may want on your bird when flying distances.
Nice.
Understand what I'm saying?
So you have GPS on this one.
Yeah. I told you it's a real long
Wow.
GPS bird, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, by the time I get in the game, you guys are gonna have it all right.
But hold
I'm
on.
just go to
if
your
you
house
turn-
and you just help me
she
pick
also
one.
has GPS rescue, which means if you flick a switch, no matter what orientation you are, upside down, sideways, flat, she will level off, raise a few feet, turn in the direction of home, and make a beeline straight home.
Wow. See?
So if you lose signal, your bird, if you can hit that switch in enough time, whether you can see or not, if you keep your goggles on, she's going to turn and come home to you. And supposedly, GPS, DJI is supposed to do it too. I've seen someone hit return home on a DJI drone and they start heading out over the ocean. Justin, he was flying with us. We were along the beach and he hit return to home and it turned around and started heading out to over the ocean like it was headed to China or something because it wasn't coming towards him. He had to disable it and fly back manually.
Wow. It was going back to the factory where it was built.
I don't know. That's a strong,
it was going back to China.
That's a strong possibility.
It's going back to his maker. Huh?
Once again, that's what an Addy mode switch is good for.
Yeah.
You click it in Addy mode, it disconnects that automatically.
John Coopy, really quick. Timer 1 is the time you start your drone or plug it in, and timer 2 is the time you take off the ground. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So that's the one I want. That's the one I'm just setting up my OSD now for this flywheel. So I figured I couldn't do nothing else. I might as well set up my on-screen display. VTX channel. I don't need to see the VTX channel that I'm on. Warnings. All warnings are on. So this is what I have. Warnings. Timer 2. Throttle position. Don't need. RSSI value. Home distance. Home direction. GPS satellites. Longitude and latitude. GPS. Flip over after crash. Flight distance.
What's that, the turtle?
Craft name, core temperature, cutting off, battery voltage, battery average cell voltage, and altitude.
Which one is this?
This is the flywheel LR4.
Oh, okay. So still on the flywheel.
Yeah.
You got Crossfire on there though, right? You don't want RSSI.
Well, yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right about that because I actually have it in my rapid fire goggles. You're right.
No. I'm talking about RSSI from about the control link.
Oh,
there's an option that you want LQ instead of RSSI. There should be an option there. Yeah. Yeah, RSSI is pretty much useless now for Crossfire after Betaflight 4.2 or 4.1. I forget, they changed it. Which actually kind of sucks because if you're flying DJI, you can't get LQ. You can only get RSSI, and it's just not really right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Okay,
But
this is flight distance.
do LQ.
This is home distance to home. Satellites. Okay, here's what I have. Altitude, battery average cell, battery voltage, craft name, of course. Flight distance, flip over, turtle mode. GPS latitude, GPS longitude, GPS satellites, home direction, home distance, timer 2, because I only want the timer to start when I take off, and full warnings. I'm going to save that.
Yep, that's good.
But post-flight statistics, let's see. Altitude maximum. I want that on. Let's see. That's about it. RSSI minimum, I don't need anymore. Speed maximum. All right, that's it. I'm good. At least I was able to save that to the damn bird.
Well, what I found interesting is that Herman's been taking ferocious notes because he wants to know when he starts flying FPV.
Absolutely.
He's writing everything down.
I can see he's got his pen and paper out. He's writing everything down.
Nah. But
no,
anyway,
man, you know, this conversation is actually making me think about buying one of these Flywoos. I've wanted it since it came out, and then Bardwell's review.
Andy RC's reviews.
Well, I watched Bardwell's review, and you know, I'm a big Bardwell fanboy, and he just did a really convincing review that I almost pressed the buy button right then and there on the Flywoo.
Oh, your wife came on camera. We waved to her, and then someone yelled out. Then someone yelled out, "Don't hit him!" No, he's
oh God!
Oh, was that John's wife? I thought that John went off and went into makeup and came back.
Then someone swore they saw a shoe go flying by the camera, but we weren't sure.
It looked like a slipper.
I saw a shoe go, something go flying by the camera, and we thought it was your hat going up in the air and coming.
That's why I thought he was in makeup, and he came back made up different. Then went out again.
My God.
Then he came back.
You leave an opportunity, we will take it. You know that, John, right? You do know that, right, John?
I sometimes wish she wouldn't do that. You know, just butt into the live streams. Oh my God.
Well, we thought it was you. We didn't know.
At least we didn't say John said he went out for cigarettes. He'll be right back.
You guys are so bad.
As I said,
you guys love it. I know you love it.
Came to the camera. We was like, "Hi," and she waved back. I wanted to yell, "Don't hit him! Don't hit him!" But
I don't know. After the last time we saw John, going to give her a little spanking there.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. Yeah, that it's nothing to do with any of this crap. Like, shit, she doesn't give a crap what drone stuff I buy or what I'm doing. Like, oh no, don't be buying another drone. That's not it. I don't know what the hell she's gonna do while I'm on a live stream when she walks over. I have no idea. You never know.
It was entertaining.
So,
oh yeah, I'm sure it was.
John, are you telling us you're hostage in your own house?
Yes, in that aspect, yes.
He gets to stay
You can pull out the little help sign. Just write it down.
What did you say, Ermin?
He's okay. He gets to stay on the live stream. It's like she comes in and goes, "Turn it off. Turn it off. Take the place you gotta go.
Turn it off now."
Oh my God.
Then all of a sudden the screen goes black, and we see a hat fly just before it goes black. So
I still got my hat. It didn't go flying. That wasn't my hat.
It's on tight.
You know I'm messing with you, man.
No.
All right. Well.
No, I've heard some pretty ridiculous stories about, you know, people and their significant other and the drones and all that crap.
Yeah, I don't deal with anything like that either. It's like two separate things, you know. That doesn't even come up. I get deliveries and stuff. It's just.
Oh yeah, I know, but like I know some people that are like, "Oh God, I gotta hide that," and I'm like, "Oh."
I've seen some funny memes like that.
Yeah, right. You see the
She
Oh,
signed
yeah.
for your package, and the guys with the deaf guy. He's like, "You want to go with me now, or you want to go home?"
Yeah, I mean, look, if all the bills are paid and everything else is done, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah,
That's the way I look at it anyway.
definitely.
Did you go flying lately? You're in May too.
No, I haven't really taken the MA2 out much, honestly.
Okay. I was supposed to go flying today, but no.
Wow,
Well, I was going to go flying today, but the wind was just absolutely ridiculous. My
Ridiculous in miles per hour.
Halloween decorations are blowing all over the friggin' lawn, and
Yeah.
it was that bad. My ring keeps going off. My ring doorbell keeps going off because of motion detection from the wind.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
that bad.
I've seen that thing go off as a dog walking by and stuff.
Yeah.
They're very sensitive.
They're very sensitive, but I have mine tuned to the point that as long as everything's pretty cool, I don't get that many false positives. Like with this wind, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the problem they don't tell you about when you buy that device, that it will be sending you alerts every time a car goes by, a leaf, bug, person, paper bag, cat, mouse.
Yep.
And
Yep,
you
and
get an alert.
it
It's
can
like,
get
what?
overwhelming.
You look at it and it's just a dog walking by, and then you put your phone down, it's bling, and it's a leaf blowing by the camera. You put your phone down, bling, it's a truck going by.
To do a review on that, they'll get a lot of views.
That link in the chat is from that day you were talking about on your birthday was freezing.
Oh, get out. Oh, wow. Yeah, talk about a blast from the past. Hold on. Oh, yeah. It was so cold. So cold. I've out here where I live, it gets cold. And no lie, you can spit on the
What's
ground
that,
and
40 Fahrenheit, 35?
what happened?
He said so cold. What is that, 35, 40 Fahrenheit?
And no, this day, Roger, was maybe about 27, 26 that degrees. Yeah, it was below freezing that day.
Okay.
You
could
know what it
literally-
is? The killer is the wind. When
Yeah.
it's like 27 degrees and
It
that
wasn't
wind
that
factor.
windy.
Yeah,
No,
no,
wasn't that
this
day?
was
No, it was just damn cold.
cold.
Yeah.
If
Sometimes
the wind was blowing, we might not have flew.
yeah, you would have been
We
numb.
were standing on ice to fly.
Yeah, yeah, we were.
The
We
polar
were.
The other day was doing 30 Fahrenheit here, and the winds were howling like anything. And believe me, the hands were very, very cold. You wouldn't want to be standing up there flying.
Let's put it this way: you take off with the drone, you get up out over the water, and you put your hands in your pockets. Then you make your move, you get your shot, stop the camera, let the drone hover, bury your hands again. Your next move, you fly the drone there, you bury your hands again.
It was so cold, you felt like your hands were bleeding, and they weren't.
It got to the point where, like, you know what? I damn this, I'm coming back.
Yeah, Xavier was the first one to get in the air. He flew, and after everyone else started breaking out their drones, but I don't think nobody there burnt more than 2 batteries. It was that cold. You burned 1 or 2 batteries, and he was like, "Okay, I think it's time to go."
Oh wow.
Flywoo LR4. Okay.
You know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the Jep RC Crocodile Baby 4. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
It just came out too. It's basically a copy of the Flywoo with, I guess, their own.
It's their version of a long range bird.
Yeah, it's a long range bird. It's a long range bird too. It just came out a few days ago. Really, I think it went to market. Yeah, it's 4 inch. It's
Okay.
called the Crocodile. Yeah. I mean, you already have the Flywheel, but like all this talk has got me looking and searching stuff.
Well, the time of now with these Lion batteries that are giving you freaking okay, a regular lipo can give you 18 minutes on this
Right.
LE4 bird I have here. A regular lipo, all right. This battery that I have, 30 minutes. I'm looking at someone here, they got 37 minutes out of it. Okay.
Oh,
How? I don't know, but I'm looking at the video now to see if he's BSing around or what, but he has
very
the-
careful throttle
oh,
management.
you know what? He has a different battery. He has the circular like Duracell type batteries. He has 3 of them.
18650s. Yeah,
Yes,
probably.
he has them arced together. Okay, so that would
Oh,
explain
okay.
the 37-minute flight time.
I knew a guy who was really, really smart, and he had a hexacopter, and he had a whole bunch of those 18650 cells in
Mhm.
this gigantic. It was huge. He had them. It was a huge
He made a
pack.
giant power cell.
Yeah, he made a giant power cell, and he was able to fly it for an hour in a circle. He sent me the
Roger's
video.
funny.
He literally just flew it in a circle for an hour.
Wow, that's a damn shame. Roger,
Yeah.
is this true? Paul, after Paul's live stream, he'll be doing a vintage food cooking vlog.
Ooh,
Hey,
vintage foods.
you know,
No.
gray fish stick special.
Vintage
That was
food.
nice, Herman. I was just watching the video.
No, I
Yeah,
made the
that was
video.
that day. Listen, if you had a tear in your eye, it froze on your face.
That was nice.
It was
You know what
that
I like?
cold. It
You
was-
know, I was just talking to Eddie from out here in New York, from the Five Borough crew, and it's because he's trying to come up north to catch the foliage. Everybody's trying to get the foliage, you know.
yeah.
And I was telling him once those leaves fall, I'm in the city all the time. You know what I mean? Like I don't bother going up north. Like right now,
right. They
I
look
go
at a
up.
bunch of empty trees.
Yeah. It's just no matter what you find, it's very hard to make it look interesting. Once those leaves fall and everything gets so brown and gray.
Also, that's what I was getting ready to say because Herman and I were at remember that water park place, Herman?
Mhm.
The park, there's a park up there with a water park you can't go into during the summer unless you're a resident. But it has a water park and then a lake behind the water park. And during that time of the year, everything was either brown or white. You know,
Yeah.
because of the color tones. The trees were
Yeah.
brown, the snow was
Yeah.
white, the ground was either white or mixed.
It's hard to make it look
Yeah,
interesting.
the colors
man,
are
not
very
unless you
bland
fly
during the winter.
really close. But you know, I don't have to bother going up north once the winter hits because the city always looks good, man. The city, I was just looking at that footage and it reminded me of flying in the winter in the city. No matter what, you know, you have interesting, you know, the landscape, the cityscape
Right.
looks
And
so
if you know
good.
how to fly in the snow, it's even better.
If you can handle it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you could park at one of those waterfronts and keep the line of sight from inside a vehicle. We did that once. Me and my
Yeah.
boy, we parked he jumped in my truck. We had the heat blowing and we were like this, looking through the windshield, right by the water. And we
It's-
flew. And we, you know, I don't do, obviously you see my videos, I don't do range test, you know?
Right.
If I'm doing range, it's because the target goal is a little further away from me. But for the most part, I try to get as close as possible. And this way I could control the bird and keep that line of sight and still do those shots.
Right.
Like the opening shot of the video we did recently together. You know, we were right under it. Like if you pay attention to that video, you could see yourself below me.
Yeah.
You see you. And by the end of that opening shot, you could see your bird. Remember I sent you the thing, circled it?
Yes.
But if you look at that 29-second mark, you see your bird going. It's pretty cool. That was pretty dope. Flying with an FPV drone at the same time I'm flying, it was cool because I'm keeping the line of sight, and then out of nowhere, that your bird goes flying over my
Somebody
head.
zooming by you, right?
You just zoom, and I was like, which one was it? Because Justin was in the air, I believe, but I think he was going the other way.
Yeah, Justin wasn't going out over the water. I'm the only fool that goes out over the water for some reason.
Nah, you good because you got that confidence now. You really good with that. But
It's learning. It's with any drone. and John Coopy can admit this, you learn to trust the tech. It's not the same, but it's the same concept of you learning to trust your car and expecting that key to turn when you get in every morning. Now,
Yeah.
there's always a chance that you will get to destination point A, but to get to point B, it may not start. You may not make it home. You have to learn to trust your tech. You trust that your cell phone is going to work and make a call when you use it. So you don't think about it losing a call, do you?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. And you have to know your limits. You know, if you go past a certain point out here in Far Rockaway, you lose cell phone signal.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So why go past that point? So it's the same thing with flying FPV. This thing is supposed to go a mile and a half. I'm never going to take this thing a mile and a half, but it's good to know I can.
I don't want to, like, I'm not a range guy, and that's cool. Like, I'm not trying to find out how far your bird is. I think it's interesting to see how far this technology has gone, you know, but for the most part, when I'm shooting, I try to get as close as possible, even though I know I could fly way past that bridge or way past that building.
That's the way I learn to fly. I learn to fly close, and because I want to be line of sight, I want to see if there are cables around it hanging.
Yeah.
In fact, the Manhattan Bridge going into the Bronx from Harlem, they have the first bridge closest to Randall's Island. They have two towers, and I went to scope out the area before I flew, and because I wasn't paying attention to detail, I didn't realize until I was flying that between the two towers was a 3-inch cable. But I didn't notice this because I was looking at the bridge, I was looking at the cars, I was timing people and boats, and this one little thing. Fortunately, I don't fly between the bridge stanchions. I go up over them. And as I was going over, you see this line coming into view, and I'm like, wow, I could have hit that.
You know what's crazy about that? I have gone to fly, come home, get on the editing floor, start editing, and see a cable. And like, I didn't know it that when I was flying, it was so narrow.
Well,
Sometimes
that cable that I told you that's out here by me is all over New York City.
That's what I'm talking about. Those cables are everywhere, and you don't know. And I was just coming off the ground, and I was, and I try not to waste no time. So I'm already doing my little moves, you know, trying to do a little smooth cinematic takeoff.
Yeah.
And when I got home, all I saw was a thin black cable. I went right, but you know, also I probably was really far away because, you know, the Phantoms give the perspective on a Phantom makes everything seem mad close. Like if you're really looking at your drone, sometimes like recently I was flying around this factory chimney, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, I need to back up more. I'm like too close.
Right,
it doesn't
but
really
if you
get
look
that
up
effect.
at the bird, it's like 50 to 100 feet away.
Mad far away, and I'm like, you know, but you don't realize. So that cable probably wasn't a problem, but it is crazy because I didn't know that cable was there.
You see that stuff when you go home and edit your footage.
Yeah, and that's not the first time. It's happened to me before, and it's like, it's hard to prevent it, especially in New York. New York is so chaotic. You don't know if they put a cable. I heard one of the guys on the live stream talking about somebody put shoelaces hanging from a bridge, and he went under the bridge and got caught with the shoelace or something like that.
Fishing line.
Fishing lines. You can't see a fishing line. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are.
That happened to Oscar Studios is with a spark got a shoelace.
See, that's what I mean. It's like you taking a chance sometimes, and I rarely fly at night. I've never really done the flying at night, and I think that's another one that could potentially be dangerous because you can't see anything. You know.
Hey. Yeah.
Paul, it's that time, man.
Yep, it's that time of day, and I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. It's dinner time, and Lawrence is dying to get some chow.
I actually went and took my dinner out, so as soon as I get off of here, I'm in the kitchen.
He's in there just going at it, I can tell. So everybody, thanks for coming in. Steve, John, Roger, Phantom,
Herman, I'll hit you up in the morning. Actually, I hit you up later on if I step out.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
Everyone, it's been great. we'll see you all again next time on Canadian Drone Hub or on what the affectionately known as the PMS show. But I don't, yeah, whatever. So
Later.
we'll see everybody. Take care.